You wanna grab it? Y'all ain't slick. Y'all thought you gonna catch me slipping.
Ain't nobody trying to catch you slipping.
Oh,
Just behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying?
she was a fairy. Yeah,
You know,
yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah,
hey,
she was a
yo,
fairy with a
you know
fatty. Huh?
the fact that
Huh?
it's corny as shit. Like the fact that so many niggas like hated that shit so much
Oh
that
my God.
like,
Yes.
yo, like y'all real corny. Like she's literally making a song about being what she is and leave it at that.
Men
Like,
hate when women have fun. Like honestly and truly.
oh, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna say that because women be hating when men have fun too.
I stand by what I said.
I stand by what I said too. Don't leave now. Yo, don't leave now.
What y'all talking about?
Gender war shit.
Oh, well, let me guess who started it, Ray?
Nah, nah. It was
Exa-
kind of like a mutual thing. It was just like a conversation. People
First of
felt
all, Duck started. That's why your ass is washed out right now. Always talking shit.
That's why your
nah.
wig is crooked.
No, it's not.
Not you got offended.
You got a one piece on,
No loop.
looking like Tony Whopper.
She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy with a fatty on my daddy. You wanna grab it? You wanna smack it?
I have no idea what you're singing.
Hey,
What?
that song slap. But like when niggas got mad corny when they was trying to like she was a fairy, she's stupid. Like, bro, what do y'all want, bro?
Men
I
What
are
do
be
y'all?
some of
feeling
the
that old
biggest
sometimes because
haters.
I don't know what song y'all talking about.
It's a TikTok thing. It's
Yeah, it's
a
like she was a fairy. Yop, yop. She was a fairy. Yop, yop. She was a fairy with a fatty on my daddy. You wanna grab it? You wanna smack? It's just a fun little cute song. That's
It's a
all.
you
it's a
do know what a
TikTok
fairy
song.
is, right? I just want to make sure you do know what a fairy is, right?
Not in this context.
No, no, I just want to make sure Ray know what a fairy actually is.
Duck,
Bestie
please.
was good.
What you mean? Isn't a fairy just a fairy with the wings, right? Like Tinkerbell. She was a fairy.
No, no, fairy is a streetwalker.
Ah!
It's a streetwalker, bro. It's not a fairy. It's
I thought it was an actual fairy.
no,
That is so fitting too because that's most of TikTok songs. Nobody knows what the fuck they mean, but people sing it anyway. And then when they find out, it's like, oh, well, okay.
You
yeah, no.
know, this clocks for me because you know how old I was when I figured out what they were talking about when they said peaches and cream? I
You
was
know
like
what?
mid 20s, late 20s
I'm
when
not
it
going.
was not actual peaches and cream.
I'm not even going to judge you for that one because I was like maybe 25 when I found out what Rain on Me was about, and the fact they had us kids singing that shit.
Yo, I was the exact same way. Late 20s. Rain down on me. I was like, oh, you want to be the rain supposed to
Yo,
refresh you. No, you talking about getting gum in your face. What?
See,
yo, that.
I knew that already. I was
I
a
was
freaky ass teenager, so
devastated.
I didn't care.
What'd you say?
I was a freaky ass teenager, so I knew what that song meant.
I mean, well, you was a teenager when that song came out, so we get
Nigga, you ain't that much older than me.
it. Nigga, you was
Younger
older
than
than
me, rather.
me, nigga. Listen, listen, I'm a nasty dude, but I ain't know what that was at the time. You never knew. See, like,
I,
yo,
I knew what it meant because back then I was like mad and mature, so I kind of thought that's what it meant. And then when I found that out, I was like, oh damn. Let me go in this rabbit hole and look what other songs mean.
there's
Like,
like I can't remember the song, but there's like this. I forgot what the band name was, but it's a very well done song. But you find out later on in life the song was about getting pegged, and it was like, huh, I did not see that coming.
hold on, I can't miss this opportunity real quick. Now to age myself. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, and that's yeah. I'm gonna see myself out. Bye, guys.
All right, see you. Bye.
I don't think I can even sing the fairy song anymore. I thought it was like a real fairy.
Right,
I am devastated right now.
get the hell
You know
out
what
of
that reminds me of?
here. So
The first time I heard Track Star, and I thought it was actually about somebody running away from a nigga. It was like, no, that's not what that song is about.
Are you
oh,
serious? Like she a runner, she a track star. That one?
you really
Hmm.
thought, boy.
Then I heard it the second time. I was like, oh, same thing like the fairy song.
What's another joint?
I'm devastated right now. I'm really
Oh,
showing my age right now.
I think you ruined Ray's childhood.
you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
Yeah,
She
now that
was
makes
a
sense.
she was a fairy. And
No,
even did the fairy wings. I am devastated right now. I want to go home. I want to
why
go
is
home
that
and
so
cry.
delicate? I mean, listen, whole life out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't have a fucking this week, but I got one after yesterday. I'm so tight.
She was a
well, I showed y'all mine too. So, damn, I gotta remember what they were. But
I
wait,
have
I
my
guess.
fucking.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and start now. Ladies and gentlemen, why did I start off like that? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let Me Talk Podcast. I am your host, Ron Morrison, and I'm here with CM Hat.
New glasses and all. No longer blind. Just sort of blind.
All right.
He's like, all right, moving on.
I'm not. I mean, listen, blind nigga too. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, we're also here with Ray Day with the AK. Well, she was here. We did have Ray Day with the AK. She
Hi.
was a. Oh, yes, we got.
It depends if my Wi-Fi decides to work. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear
She
you.
was a fairy.
Yeah, she just
Okay.
found out being a fairy
Okay.
was.
Hi. Well, it depends because I'm so
What's wrong with
devastated.
being a fairy?
I really thought
There's
it
no
was like,
being
yay,
a fairy.
fairy with a big booty.
They're hardworking citizens.
Doing a valuable service to the community.
Hell yeah, sex work is a very valuable thing.
I'm frozen. Gosh dang it. Guess I'm not gonna. You get to see me like, oh, okay, I came back a little bit. I'm just gonna cry. It's okay.
All right. Well,
I don't think it's gonna be a camera day for me, unfortunately.
that's all good. It'd be like that. So let's get into our fucking section. Um, I'll go first. Um, first thing first, Titus O'Neil, being in some wild ass romantic ass show on Bravo. What was that? Bravo? I can't
Yeah.
remember. I was like, this is random. It's not really that bad of a fucking butt. It's a fucking butt. Also, at this point, bruh, I need the family to chill the fuck out, yo. Respectfully, I don't want to fight all you families, but respectfully, yo. Like, I just found out there's a new Fatu member named Journey Fatu. The fuck he come from? Like, yo, like they just like I at this point they just got a Fatu cloning machine, bro. They have to, bro. Like somebody who's in a lab just working on a bunch of Fatus out here, bro. Because a new one just
Mm-hmm.
appear every month. And I'm at a point where I was just starting to think, like, bro, is y'all really related or y'all just saying y'all related at this point? Because it's like, dog, where y'all coming from? I'm happy y'all are here, but god damn.
Listen, as long as we don't keep getting another bloodline storyline, I'm fine with them having all them kids.
The
Even
bloodline.
though I think Rem said it best, they all look like Rakishi for some reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, they just she's just in a lab somewhere cloning herself.
He did it for The Rock.
Bruh, had to have. I'm like, this shit is wild. Um, but yeah, Ray, Pat, want to go first?
I'll go since Ray probably has a few. Whew, let's see if I don't get canceled for this one. My fuck him goes to Beyonce. And I'm only saying this because I've been trying to see Jay-Z perform live at one of her concerts for the last 10 years. And of all the damn places to go have him come out at, you have him come out in Paris. Why not the New York show?
I mean, I mean,
I get why, because, you know, niggas in Paris, but a nigga was in Jersey. He wanted to see some Jay-Z. But hopefully she does a tour with him, you know, another on the run tour. Hopefully they have an album or something coming out. But at this point, I've given up hope that I'm going to see Jay-Z live. So fuck him, but not fuck him for Beyonce. Hive, don't come after me. I'll still love y'all. But yeah, that's my fuck him. Also, fuck this heat. It's hot as shit.
hey, listen. The One Piece storyline is
Nah.
ending in about 2 more years. I'm just saying, this bloodline story is forever.
Now, which ends first, the Bloodline storyline or The Simpsons? Because The Simpsons is still going.
The Simpsons.
Fucking Rikishi out here with the Shadow Clone Jutsu, creating all these different versions of himself. Yo, like, god damn.
That go. Do you want a bald one? You got it. If you want a hairy one, you got it. You want a short one? You got it. You want a tall one? You got it. You want a thin one? You got it. It's like, sir, don't you get stop it. Get off of her. Leave her alone.
I don't even
Sick of
think
this.
it's a her. It might be a bunch of hers.
It
Get
might be
off of
just like
them.
it might just be like a giant Samoan head connected to like wires and shit. Like
Bruh.
the Marvel comics, and they just generate Samoans.
Yo, creating sentinel.
That's what I was trying to think. Yeah, Sentinels.
Hey, yo. Just spawn one out every month or so. Like, god damn, bruh. I'm like, yeah, I've been wrestling for 12 years. When? When?
Yo, that's funny too, because most of them come out like, oh yeah, he's been on the indie scene for the past 12 years, ready to make his like. Where have you been? I've not seen you in one match.
Bro did one match on the indie scene and been on the indie scene for 12 years. Like, bro, no, you haven't. You been on the side, on the seats, the stands. Like, where have you been?
Bro, he's been in the background, bro. He's been in the fan seats. You gotta find him in the fucking picture. Like, where's Waldo? Like, oh, there's his shoulder. There's his shoulder.
Bro, for real. You like, god damn.
Where's Walter with Bloodhound? Be funny as shit.
Man, it would be. All right, Ray, what you got?
Mine are kind of serious. I would just like to say fuck them to our medical um field in America. Um, because not only did you have a black woman being forced to stay alive while she is brain dead to give birth to, well, I don't even want to say give birth, but was kept alive to create a child via C-section who was born 1 pound, I believe 13 ounces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saving her because she was 9 weeks pregnant, you guys decided that the the child's life was more important than the mother's life. You have another incident where a black woman with multiple PhDs who's actually in the medical field said that she was having, she had high blood pressure issues and she wasn't feeling good. And the doctors told her to take some medicine and come back in a few days, and she fucking died right after giving birth. I think a week after fucking giving birth. Um, y'all don't care about women. Y'all damn sure don't care about black women. And ever since, I shouldn't even say ever since. Actually, no, ever since America was created, the black woman has been the most disrespected woman of all. So just seeing these black women having to die and not even get the proper care is very disheartening for me. Um, when I read the story of the black doctor who died after she literally just gave birth, and she was a doctor, so it's the idea that you don't even listen to women when we tell you guys we aren't feeling good, but she was a fucking doctor on top of that. You would think that her, even though you should be listening to your patient, but you would think that her word would maybe weigh a little bit heavier because she was a doctor, and it fucking wasn't.
That's ridiculous.
I Yeah, if you are a black woman who decides to give birth, I commend you. Please have a strong support system. Please have, people in your corner who would advocate for yourselves. Because it is scary. And if you're a black woman who decides not to have kids at this time or ever because of situations like this, and because of the fear, I completely and utterly understand, and I stand with you. Because it's crazy to think like you can go in and you can do all the right things and you are still treated like you don't know what's going on with your body. But that was my first fuck 'em. My second fuck 'em, and this is a multi-level fuck 'em. My fuck 'em goes out to B Simone.
Yo,
Um,
Oh god.
my God, I don't even want to talk about
let's
stupid ass, but
I do because it's levels to this shit for me. Um, because she is such a toxic woman. She's not a girl's girl. She really caters to like the male gaze ever since like, I want a boyfriend, and her literally, you know, doing backflips for the baby. But the idea that you were you didn't even have you couldn't even say the balls that you were jealous of your friend, but you named every other emotion other than jealousy. So you don't know what I'm talking about. So B Simone was on her podcast talking to one of her friends. Um, and she did multiple things on that podcast. One, she basically stated that she doesn't give. Well, her friend stated that how she was having a hard time or she was trying to start something, and B Simone wouldn't give her any money, and she doesn't. B Simone does not have to give her any money, but her to laugh and chuckle like that shit is hilarious. That was red flag number 7,486 for me. Then the next one of her being upset that her best friend calls her, right, and says, or her friend calls and is like, "Hey, I got this opportunity," and then B Simone not only makes it about herself, but also says, "I wish it was me and not you, and I'm not jealous of you." She could have been fucking formed the words to fucking say that she was jealous of her fucking friend. You don't deserve to have friends, okay? She does not deserve to have the fans can have. And for the black fucking women supporting her, saying, "Well, that's just how real friends are. You can't, you're not a real friend if you can't be open with your friends." Bull fucking shit. I would never be jealous of my friend like that. I would never say, "I wish I was in your spot." I would never take away from their accomplishments. I would uplift them. I would be the loudest cheerleader for them. But for you to start saying that and being like, yeah, I was upset. I was angry. I wish it was me, but I wasn't jealous. Bitch, fuck you. Like, you don't know what it means to actually be a good friend to your friend. Because there's no way in hell that on that phone call with my friend, I would hang up, dial the fucking phone again, and like make it about me and center myself on their fucking moment. If I was feeling any type of jealousy, I would have bit my fucking tongue and worked on that shit my own fucking self. Because that shows I wasn't being a real fucking friend from the fucking beginning. Like, you don't know how to be a true blue friend. You don't know how to support people. You want yes men, yes women around you, but you want them to do worse than you. What is the point of being a good fucking friend if you can't uplift, if you can't help your friend get to next fucking level? What the hell?
The hell is-
When I tell you that shit pissed me off.
I honestly don't know why she's famous in the first place. The only thing I've ever seen her in was Wild and Out, and maybe like a snippet on All Deaf. But other than that, I don't know why she's famous. But I know every single time her name is mentioned, it's always in some controversy. There was a whole controversy that she had that she didn't write. It was like a book or a planner that she had that she didn't actually write herself. She was
Yep,
telling people
she
about
didn't
weight
write it.
loss plans that, oh, if you do this and diet and exercise, but she didn't tell anybody that she was on Ozempic, which if you're on Ozempic, that's perfectly fine, but it's still misleading your audience to make them think that you lost weight by diet and exercise when you had the shot. And now this. And what kills me the most is not the fact that she said it, because I'm not surprised at all, but the fact that you have women who support her. Men, I can understand support her because men don't really have a brain cell when it comes to that type of thinking. They just think, ooh, pretty woman, I'm gonna still rock with her regardless. Or the second they hear somebody be so anti-women in their like behavior, they'll jump on it just because it's the fact that it's anti-women. But women who actually genuinely support her, make excuses for her, those are the type of people who I feel like give celebrities that stepping stone to do even more bullshit. And then it gets to the point. I'm not saying that I hope it ever gets to that point for her, but I always compare it to like how Diddy is right now, to where there's a certain level of bullshit that people let celebrities get away with until it gets to the point where it's like, all right, that's a little bit too far. And sometimes you just gotta kind of nip it in the bud when it happens. And for her, I feel like what she did to her friend, like you said, you don't you have a friend, you're not entitled to their money and vice versa. It'd be nice if you help your friends, but realistically, I don't even think B Simone even has that kind of money to give a friend. But to say that you're jealous of your friend, I don't care how successful my friends are. I don't care where they are in their life. You will never hear me utter the words, I'm jealous of anybody. And that's
Yeah.
not to be a hater or anything, but that's more so if I'm succeeding or if I'm not succeeding, I want you guys to succeed. Because I don't think anybody should have to suffer or have to feel like they have to stress in any part of life. With all the shit that's going on in this world, nobody should be stressed out. Nobody should be having to struggle. So if you can make it and find some way to make it, good for you. But to say that you're somebody's friend
Mhm.
and then come out and just be like, "Oh, I was jealous of them," that's low.
What ragtag celebrity you talking about now?
Well, perfectly, you said ragtag. B Simone.
No, goodbye.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that
All I got to
she
say about
just
her is fucker. I ain't really got much to add. For real, like fuck her. She's a piece of shit. She's a piece of shit with a weird god complex who only want to feel important when she has people less than under her, so she feels validated herself. She's a piece of shit. Always been a piece of shit. Gonna be a piece of shit. And Karma gonna spin the block on her ass. Karma gonna spin the block on her ass. And when it does, it ain't gonna be pretty. She gonna get
The
what's
same
coming.
one that obeys. The same one that says she only bathes what every other day. That be someone.
She said
Yep,
that.
she said that.
Yeah, she don't bathe every day.
That's that.
Oh man, that's,
Yo,
I'm having a
yo,
hell of a day until y'all fuck this shit up, bro. Hey, yo, listen. The moment I heard her say that shit, or just everything done, finished, finito, terminado. Spin the block one time, done.
you want to spin the block on that one because you might catch her on her off day, yo.
You know
Man,
what's messed
listen.
up about that? And I don't want to sound like I'm being racist, but it's somewhat true. I would expect a white person to say, "Oh, I only bathe once every other day," but here it comes from a black person's mouth.
Oh,
Yo,
Wild
it
fact.
ain't just
You
them.
definitely could.
No, you're right.
It,
It ain't just them.
it ain't just them, but majority of the time when you watch these videos on social media, you see white dudes talking about, "Oh, I don't wash my legs because the water runs in the shower," or "I don't see the point of using the rag because the rag is dirty." But they don't know anything about exfoliation, about lotion in their bodies, or deodorant. But to hear it from a black person is insane.
I have somebody who I cannot name just for purposes that I know. Um, she doesn't wash every day, and I told her that's just despicable. And yeah, we gotta fix that. I don't know what it is that people have an issue with bathing. I can understand if you're tired and there's a day where you just went to sleep, but the first thing you do is when you wake up, you bathe. But nah, soap and water is a must every single day. Soap, water, deodorant. Uh, Lotion, maybe not so much if it's hot outside like it was today. Maybe just a bit, but yeah. That's those are just non-negotiables.
I'm
That's
putting
that's
lotion on, bro. I'm gonna look like I'm gonna be oiled up, bro. I got
Facts.
that
the
skin
shape.
so soft.
Hey,
That
listen,
skin's so soft.
I can't go out ashy, bro.
I need that
Yo,
cocoa butter on me, man.
nah. Hey,
No,
listen. I've seen too many people my complexion get roasted for being ashy, bro. That shit sit with me. I can't do it.
no.
Facts.
I mean, like a day like today. I mean, like today was low key too hot for lotion. Even I didn't violate with it like I normally do. I normally lotion up, but today was just too hot. But yeah. But those are essentials: the lotion, toothpaste, deodorant, water, non-negotiables. Non-negotiables.
Yo, Ray, you got more to add to your fucking
I had one more fuck 'em.
what?
My last fuck 'em. Be quick with this. It's more. It's oh my god. Who was that? I don't want to call him a basketball reporter. His name is like Stephen something.
Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith.
A. Smith.
Yes, cool, perfect. Thank you, Stephen A. Smith.
I already know what
Um,
you're going with this. Can't wait for this one.
you rearrange the letters they spell ass, which he is one. Um,
Oh, that's a bar. Low
and
key.
this is not just to him. This is to Nelly. This is to Snoop Dogg. This is to Steve Harvey. This is to Shaq. This is to a lot of black men who basically came from nothing, right? And talked about.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at.
Ooh, that's the-
Oh, okay. Side, yo, they got that. They got,
Nah,
What?
that shit gonna slap, bro.
yeah.
I can't wait for that to come out.
It already
What?
did.
It
It
did.
already did. Yes,
I'm
it
there.
did.
I'm
People,
there.
okay, so hold on. Side note real quick before I get to my fuck them. They said it is good, but it's not like homemade seafood boil good, okay? You might want to add some extra, seasoning and sauce on the side to dip it.
As
Not
long as
no
it doesn't taste
But
like they
people
just
said
put
it was
Old
like a
Bay in it, I'll
seven
be
and a
fine.
half, 8 out of 10.
They a little too late for that.
Um, back to my fuck me for me. Um, who
yeah.
basically they came from nothing, and a big part of their career, well, I'm gonna say a big part because some of them did not talk about, but kind of like, talk shit about the government, saying how the government doesn't love us, they don't support us, and we need to be, our own people, need to uplift us. But then you go ahead and shake hands and sing and dance and chicken jive and start cooning for the current administration, talking about how they are going to help us and you're going to get, help for your quote unquote people who you grew up with. Why are you fucking lying? You did that for your fucking self. Because the idea that you think any of like Trump is gonna be like, oh, thank you so much, Snoop, for singing for me and rapping for me. You know what? I'm gonna give $1.5 million to the Boys and Girls Club. They're not gonna fucking do that shit. But you know what you got, Made a fucking token, okay? He collected additional token like he's fucking Thanos, right? Of the MAGA, and you just got made fucking fool of. You don't care about black people as much as you do. And this is my main problem is that I feel like a lot of black people, as soon as they start getting money or they start getting a little bit of fame, and this is also in the blur community, and I'm gonna speak on a lot of this shit, and it's gonna hurt, it's gonna offend so many people. I don't give a flying fuck. But they start getting a little bit of money, they start getting a little bit of fame, people start knowing their name, right? And then they start following their playbook of white supremacy, and misogyny, and they be fucking running with it into the end of the fucking earth. And no matter what, that's the fucking rule book that they want to live by. And when you try to hold them accountable, y'all want to talk about, oh, how you're holding, you're bringing a black man, you're bringing a black woman down. We need to be uplifting. Fuck you. No, I don't care if you think doing that little dancey dance, a little 1 2 step, 1 2 3 into the folk on that fucking change, fucking Trump's mind is fucking not. Okay, y'all get a little bit of money, and then y'all become white supremacy. And y'all take that fucking mask off, that hat off, and you show your true fucking colors. Fuck
I mean,
y'all.
for real, I would like to add to that and say fuck the people who also supporting them and didn't support Chrisette Michelle, because y'all shitted on Chrisette Michelle when she did, when she sung at the
Trump's
inauguration.
inauguration. Yeah.
Oh man, people had a field day with her. Said she was trash. She was a piece of shit. She was this. Lost her whole career. Who this? Yo, what's up, Jack Daniels? How are you?
Jack Daniels.
We
How
got a
are you?
YouTube comment. Let's go.
How the hell are you? How you doing?
Oh snap.
We're not just live on Twitch, but we're live on YouTube also. So if you're not on YouTube, go
What's
subscribe.
going on? But yeah, nah, like, cause they really shitted on Chrisette Michelle. Like, I mean, for her, she was like, I went up there in a dress. I was, protesting, doing whatever she was doing. She was like, "This is the most money I ever made before." Like, and doing things for my community. Like, she wasn't really trying to push no agenda or nothing. She was just singing, trying to get bread, and everybody canceled her. And then when it comes to like Nelly, Snoop, Stephen A. Smith, Ice Cube, Steve Harvey, Mr. Potato Bill Head ass, nobody got that same smoke. Nobody ready to cancel these people, And it just goes to what Ray was saying about misogyny and all this other shit. It's just wild that like y'all let the men slide with this because they're men and they're these quote unquote legends, but y'all was quick to shit on that Michelle who was just trying to do what she needed to do to make a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Hmm.
saying that she should have done it, but I understand her reason. She like, I don't really support none of that. I even made a statement with my dress that I wore. I just wanted my bread because this is the most I ever made in my career.
And
I
I respect that a lot more.
Me too. I'm like, look, I respect that. You got your money. You need your bread. This is the most you ever see. You said all I do is black clubs and black everything, and this is the most I've ever made. And I still went up there and protested and made a statement with the dress I had on. And I don't support anything that he does. And I've said this vocally, and everybody in the black community said, yeah, fuck you. That shit is wild to me. But Snoop Dogg does it, and it's like, well, it's Snoopy D O double G for shizzle. Fuck that. Give him that same smoke. Cancel Nelly. Cancel all of them. Do give the same smoke, but y'all won't.
The only thing I have to say about that, because I agree with all your points, is I don't think that they get money and become MAGA. They've already been there. Because what a lot of people don't really realize and understand is that a lot of these celebrities that you name, like Steve Harvey, Snoop, Nelly, none of them have ever shown any type of like drive to help black people out in terms of helping your community or giving back to black people. Most of their music, most of their entertainment is basically red pill and rooted around white supremacy. It's only when they start making that money and they change that people not change, but they start to show more who they are that people go they change. But realistically, they've always been like that. Prime example, look at Shaq. Shaq has never once mentioned anything about giving back to black communities. Shaq has never been one of those people that's like, I advocate for women. He was just a basketball player, doing his thing for the Lakers, winning championships. And there was nothing wrong with that. But I mention this because I feel like a lot of people get disheartened when they see celebrities do this. But I always say if a celebrity is going to be about something, they're about it whether they have money or not. I think of somebody like Beyonce, for example, who from the beginning of her career has always been about women empowerment and been about social issues. And she's still that way today, even though she has money. But there are people who are just like, all right, well, I'm going to entertain y'all. I'm going to do what I got to do. We're going to have a little bit of fun out here. And then once I make it to where I want to make it, then I'm going to be like, all right, cool. I can be cool with Magda. Also,
We really gonna put Beyonce there? Because I mean, like, I'm just saying, like,
Fuck
she
that
made a
book.
whole song about like working 9 to 5, knowing damn well she's never made a worked a 9 to 5 a day in her life.
but what they got to do with women's empowerment, though?
I'm not saying that she's not empowering women. I just think that for her, she does it more so. She doesn't. I think she does it more to be performative and everything like that. I don't think that she's really about that shit. I think that she does what she's going to do to make her bread
And
and
she goes about her business.
and going about her business. I don't think
Mhm.
she was thinking about any of that stuff. If I'm being quite honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I said,
Uh,
like all of that sounds great, but like I said, once you start talking about free yourself from a 9 to 5, when did you ever work a 9 to 5? Like
shit.
at some point you start seeing like, all right, you're becoming performant. And I feel like for Beyonce, she fits all of that too. Now, is she smart to be like is she smart to stay on the right side of history? Yeah, sure. Like she's going to be on the right side of history, but I do also think that she does a lot of shit to be performed. That's just personal.
I mean, that's most celebrities. That there's levels to being performative, but that doesn't mean that doesn't take away from the stuff that you do for people.
I mean, it does if it's not sincere, but I understand where
I,
you're coming from.
I
I
mean,
get
look at Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King talked about unity for Black people, and he cheated on his wife, and yet we still celebrate him.
but one has nothing to do with the other. Like him being a piece of shit and cheating on his wife has nothing to do with the black community as a whole and the message that he was trying to do. Even his wife, if we're going to go down that road, even his wife was like, "Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but what he's doing is more powerful for the community." She knew that everything that he was doing was for the community. She was for the community. Like him cheating, I'm not saying that him cheating isn't nothing, but the work that he did for the black community has nothing to do with him cheating because he was really about doing work for the black community. He just was a piece of shit as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he just cheated on his wife as well. Not saying that that's nothing, but he also cheated on his wife.
But I'm saying it does have one to do with the other because, yeah, she may be performative and mentioned in the 9 to 5, but there's things that she's doing that are putting Black women in certain categories and spaces that no one ever thought about. I mean,
It's
she's
just
breaking records in country.
okay. I'll give you that. She's breaking records in country. Okay, I'll give you that. But the message is again, that's fine. But once you start making songs about working 9 to 5s and you never worked a 9 to 5 a day in your life,
Working 9 to 5, to make a living.
that's just yeah, because you've never been in it. But nonetheless, anybody got anything else to add to the fucking list before we move on?
Clutch, you got any fuckums?
I do. Yes, I do. Actually, and it's recent that I just had one.
Wait,
Fuck that book. Fuck that book.
wait,
That was a play
Why
to
am I
get rid
taking
of
marriage
artists.
advice to?
wait, who?
Steve Harvey. I read both
Steve
his books
Harvey
before.
wrote- Come on. They had a bullshit ass movie behind it. Fuck that book and fuck that movie.
Watch out now.
I ain't gonna go down that road. I ain't even gonna have that conversation. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Nah, cause why am I taking marriage advice for a man who's been like divorced and cheated on his wives multiple times? I'm good.
I've been
Yeah, he's
saying
definitely been to
this.
some
Thank
Diddy
you.
Just
parties.
saying.
Thank you. I've been saying this. Thank you.
It-
Thank you.
I ain't gonna do that because that's gonna open up a whole nother can of worms and we ain't gonna never talk about
Now open it, cause you making faces, Doug.
because like women be falling for that shit. Like yo, I'm sorry. I don't like. Look, I'm not trying to do the whole weird gender war shit, but let's keep it a buck 50. Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all,
yeah,
y'all
yeah, yeah.
specific gender, y'all species will fall for that shit because it sounds great. It's easy to sell love and marriage and everything to women because it's something that y'all want. So y'all are willing to listen to ain't shit men because it sounds great. Like he didn't say nothing crazy. He just said a lot of things that was common sense, and everybody ate it up like it was something serious. But because everybody wants to be in love, everybody wants marriage, it's easy to go for it. The same with Dirk Jackson. So many people try to
Oh
play.
my god, I cannot.
So many
Oh,
no, before the trash came out. Before the trash came
no,
out.
no, I agree with you.
Yeah, so many men will tell y'all that this man wasn't shit. But the amount of women that sat there and rolled for him because he said things that made them that validated the bullshit that they felt, it was fine. Then you come to find out that he's a piece of shit dude. But
Doing
the
the
wild
same
part,
thing.
he's
You know what
still
it was?
platform.
It wasn't just the fact that he was saying things that they like. It's because he was attracted to them. Let's keep it a buck. Like if Derek Jackson was like 500 pounds saying the shit that he would say, he would get no love or burn. But because he was a black dude with muscles and said nice things, women fell for it. That's really what it comes down to. And again, it's nothing wrong with being attractive and saying the right things, but that's the easy social media way to make money. You say things that's I don't believe in the word simping, but I believe like in that sense that's kind of doing that because you're doing it with the intent of manipulating women into thinking that you're a good dude, and then you monetize your platform, and you do all that just to embarrass your wife, not only by cheating on her, but like bringing her on camera and making her accept your apology.
Oh, she want to beat that man's ass with that pot. I know she did. I
He
know
did.
Hell,
He
she
he,
did.
he blocked me because I had made a comment on about him and he didn't like it.
that's
You
what
know,
I'm saying. Like,
I was like,
oh,
nigga, you don't got a house. Why you always doing videos from your car? And I got blocked.
because that shit too. He was out.
It went viral though, so at least shit.
come on, Pat. You know
Yeah,
those
nah,
car
like,
conversations be
I'm
the
not
best
lying though.
ones.
but not ultimately. But not. I mean, Ray, you know what? We talked. I'm gonna let you talk. How do you feel about what was said? What do you got to say? Because I don't want to keep talking. I'm gonna let you, you know, respond.
Books came.
Oh, see, that's exactly what I was about to say. I think specifically, I don't think a lot of the people from like my generation is gonna really take what the fuck Steve Harvey, as oh, this is the dating book and this is how I get a man and keep a man. We're not in that mindset. If you're going, there's nothing you can do to stop a man or a significant other from cheating. It doesn't matter how much you cook and clean and rub feed and meals and putting the punani on the roof or nothing. There's nothing going to stop them from cheating.
Mm. Punani
Um,
on the roof.
but kind of like what Mart
I ain't
said,
know, but now you
and
know.
my connection is really bad.
That's like a
That's some
WWE
new shit
match.
I gotta try.
Yo, Punani on the roof. I'm just
Punani
saying,
on the
Okay,
yo,
sorry,
roof.
my connection
yo,
is back.
so, so there
Um,
is
there's
look,
nothing that you can do to
Yeah.
stop your partner from
It
cheating.
raised the roof.
Yeah. Raise a roof indeed.
Jesus, now
Mm.
get your head out the. Stop it.
I'm gonna watch Harlem Nights just for
Stop
that
being
scene, bro.
nasty.
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
Just for that. Oh,
Can't take y'all nowhere.
no.
Nah, but I agree with you, Ray, and
Um,
Mark did make a good point too.
but yeah, those
Because
books wasn't. That's more so for like.
I
Hmm.
because here's the thing, right? Like I agree, right? Like those books, sure, those were for our people above us, the Gen Xers and all of them people. But TikTok is full of still those type of dudes that still cater to a much younger audience. Again, like if you find a guy who say the things that validates the things that you feel, you will flock to that. And there are TikTok pages of dudes that are doing that. So it still is a thing. Now, is it Steve Harvey and is it Dirk Jackson, Balloon Boy built ass? No. But there are other dudes that are still doing the same thing. like that still, and on the flip side of that too, as far as with men as well, there's a lot of women that will sit there and cater to the bullshit as well, and what do y'all call them, right? Pick me's, do the
Yeah.
whole me style type bullshit to cater
Yeah,
to
pick
men,
me's.
spit the
And they
bullshit.
still get picked. That's crazy.
That'd be the funniest like comeback ever, yo. Like, yo, like they be like, "Is you gonna get picked still?" They be like,
Maybe.
they be saying, "Nah," they be saying all this and still be single. That should be hilarious.
I think that's the other thing is you I hate to bring this up. Um
Here now,
but it's kind of like with the mindset of there are still going to be women who are going to still talk about that. Um we still kind of have a conservative viewpoint from our within like the black family in a sense.
yeah,
So the idea of like catering to your husband through thick and thin is still kind of like, the ground, the basis of everything.
Oh damn,
damn.
damn.
She'll be back. She probably had an internet connection issue.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, um, we just want to say that we love Black women. We support and love y'all and care about y'all on this podcast. But while we wait for Ray to come back so she can finish her point, um, yo, that John, how do we feel about the John Cena pipe bomb?
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Nah, y'all just said fuck my fuck 'em, and that's crazy.
What
Y'all,
was what was
I
your
didn't even
fuck?
get it off yet. That's the wild part.
Go
I said,
get your fuck 'em off, bro. Get your fuck
nah,
'em off.
I'm gonna be quick, real quick, because it's. I went for my co-worker's retirement party today, right?
Uh huh.
Congratulations, Mr. Romero. God bless you, right? Um, so we went to Pat. You might have heard of this place. It's Maggiano's, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I've been to Maggiano's.
They got some really decent Italian food.
No, that's the
Oh,
last
oh,
I heard.
y'all gonna y'all gonna love this one, right? So we went there for a retirement party. So we had like I guess like a party thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave us this little card or whatever, so you get one free drink. So we about to leave, and I guess I don't want to say it's a general manager. The manager brings the bill, and the bill got almost $2,000 worth of drinks on it.
She.
Mind you, I know Duck. Yeah, Duck. My reaction is exactly. Mind you, none of us drank that much to have $2,000 worth. But the whole conundrum was you gave us this card that literally says you get one free drink that's in the package of what we purchased. But now you're telling us that you still have to charge us for the drinks. So what the hell was the purpose of the card for?
The
Because if
hell,
that's the case, I would just went to the bar and kept it pushing.
right?
So that's my fuck 'em. Other than that, it's a good time. I did have a bourbon sour. That shit was delicious.
I love bourbon sour
That
milk.
shit was delicious.
Hitting, them shits be hitting.
That shit. I said, you know what? I'm feeling like Duck today. So I said I got me a bourbon, nigga. And I was like, that shit was that shit hit. I don't know if it was a blackberry or a blueberry, but I know there's a berry in that bitch. It was hitting. I wish I got two of them motherfuckers, but I'm glad I didn't.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect time.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
I'm
You
going to
good?
finish your thought. We was just filling time till you came back.
So I'm gonna make this kind of quick. Um, I think the there are the attractive men, kind of. I think was it you, Pat, talking about how like the attractive guy, well, who will spew this viewpoint, right? And there are going to be women picking who are going to eat it up because they are attractive. They're like, oh, maybe if I do this, he is going to want me. But then you also have the ones and twos of the men who push this viewpoint not because not because they like wholeheartedly believe it, but because they hate women so much and that they're so lonely that they want to blame it on women no matter what. And then you have the pick me's who are kind of like, who are not in a relationship but want to be in a relationship, and they're like, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do and I'm still don't have a man. What is wrong with me? And it's like you keep going for gutter butter men. But that's all I was gonna say.
Well, only thing I was going to add to it was by I do want to give credit to a lot of millennial and Gen Z women who, unfortunately, Gen X women and boomers kind of still were stuck in that old school mindset of relationships. And Gen X, I felt kind of had to deal with it the hardest because they kind of had that mix of, well, my parents did this and that's how I'm going to raise my kids or that's how I'm going to live. Like, case in point, you saw your grandparents, which will be our parents, and they be in marriages that they weren't happy with, particularly the women. They were in marriages they weren't happy with. The man would have like two different families, but instead of leaving them, they would be like, well, I'm married. I'm supposed to do I'm supposed to be married because, my religion tells me to stay married. And they were unhappy. Whereas most millennial women and Gen Z women are like, nah, fuck that. If I'm unhappy, we're not even getting to that stage. I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm. Because I can just hang out with my girls, bruh. What?
But if you are lonely out there, I just want to say, go ahead and check out my latest recipe for
Ooh.
blueberry. Yep, yeah, I had to throw a little cheap plug in. So if you ever been to Bojangles and you had one of their bowberry biscuits, I made some homemade ones today. It's on my website. Go
Don't
take a
take that.
look. Go support.
Now we don't support black men on this podcast, bro. Take that shit off. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Now, I was about to roast your ass, but yeah.
Oh, what you was gonna say, huh? What was you gonna say?
Nah, I'll save it for when I actually have to say it.
Because I was about to kill. Because as soon as you said,
Nah,
it, I'm like,
I got roast me in the bank waiting, and they're gonna cash
Boy,
it in and give it.
I was like, I was say
Duck
your
is
piece.
waiting, bruh.
I was like, say your piece. Go ahead, bring that picture back up.
Nah.
Duck is waiting, bruh.
Real quick, go ahead.
I'll be good.
You said what cash in when I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for mine.
Matter of fact, let me go ahead and save your picture in the group chat real quick. Yeah,
Ooh.
was start.
Not the group chat. That's fucking crazy.
Let me go ahead and save this photo, yo. But
Pat, I'm,
but
I'm not sure if I text you this, but one of my coworkers have a request. They saw your page. I forgot what the hell is that you. I think it's something with the nachos or whatever.
Mm.
But I forgot. I gotta ask her what it was again. But she said, "Ooh, tell them to make me whatever." I forgot what it is. I gotta ask her. But she definitely is a fan of what you make, my brother. So just figure I'll share that with you.
I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Whatever ideas you got, let me know. I'm always curious in making new things.
No, trust me. She likes to eat, so I'm sure that she'll have some. Ooh.
all right, yo. Um, so before we I guess we'll switch to wrestling. Before we get out of here and talk a little bit of wrestling. That pipe bomb promo. How we feel about it?
I like I like the promo. I don't think it's as I think people kind of overhyped it personally.
Think
I
so?
think it I think it's good considering that Cena's promos and his heel turn have been kind of just like his career on polarizing. I do feel like it's the best work of the career of the heel turn, and it's kind of a full circle moment. But to call it a pipe bomb, I just feel like I wouldn't call it a pipe bomb. It's more so of like a mockery of a pipe bomb. It's a good promo, but
I
it's
mean,
not like it's not up there.
Mm,
I don't know. I think it's.
yeah.
I get where you coming from, but I'm gonna slightly have to disagree. Only because of, like you said, it is a very full circle moment. Here we are having this person right here in another position that the other person is in, and they're sitting there and they're talking to him. And I do think that yes, while it was a mockery, as he said, he stole his whole thing just to show how stupid he sounded. it also added to the fact of how true that is. For somebody who is the I hate wrestling guy or I'm ruining wrestling guy to do this pipe bomb that was I we could say it was iconic. We could say it was iconic. It was an iconic moment in WWE history. For him to do that and basically spit the words verbatim to the same guy and talk the same jazz and it still hit the same. Wow, yeah, it might have been like 2014. It might have been a little different, but for you to be Mister I hate wrestling and then to say those same words to the same guy and they actually have a different meaning to them, it's like what it's like that TikTok thing where it's like, yo, show me the clip. There are two different clips but have the same energy. It's the
Mhm.
same thing to me. It's like from a different perspective. I don't like I like this idea. You feel like you're the voice of the voiceless. You want to be this good guy, but you're not. You're basically me. You're a capitalist. You're a millionaire. You're not the voice of the voiceless. You got money. Why are you sitting here trying to pretend like you're not? In 2012, he could have easily said that to John because he was on the come up. He wasn't that millionaire. Now you are that millionaire. And what are you shown for? You're the best in the world, but what have you actually done? You went to AEW and caused issues. Every time people hear you talk, it's about you crying and whining. You haven't done nothing great. You went to UFC and got your ass beat. Like you've done things. You're not the voice of the voiceless. You're not who this guy that you say you are. You are the villain. At least John Cena is like, I'm owning where I hate. I don't like wrestling. I'm ruining wrestling. These people, this, that, and the third. You're basically me. And on top of that, I'm your only friend. That was the part. I'm your only friend here. Now we know that's bullshit. But just for story optics, I'm the one guy that you have that do actually like and I think that shit hit first.
Hmm. I think there's a deeper meaning behind this. I think he was just trolling the man. Um, I saw this, which I found interesting because he dropped three names. If you look a little bit deeper in it, that's relative to CM Punk. He said Claudio Castagnoli. Now I know people are like, well, why would he bring him up? Because I saw that CC meant Cole Cabana. And then he dropped Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona, Nick and Matthew Jackson from the Bucks. So I was like, oh shit. I said, this man knows what he's doing. He's playing chess. My niggas are playing checkers with this bullshit. And I had to stop to think. I said, despite everything he said, and Duck, to your point, where he says, I'm probably the only person that actually likes you. I said, oh, no. Nah, I said, yeah, this man is talking some shit, but you
Right,
just gotta
April.
know. You just gotta know what he's talking about. He just wasn't talking to talk his ass off. He mentioned those names on purpose and specifically. And now when you take the little pieces together, I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. He can spit those same words verbatim that Punk said to him, and that shit hit differently now. When you can spit those
Mhm.
same words back to him, and it's a whole nother different meaning. That's what I'm like. That shit is fire. Now, can we say pipe bomb? Sure, I get it because it wasn't necessarily explosive. It wasn't how it was done when CM Punk did. When CM Punk did it, yeah, yeah, that was a pipe bomb. This, I wouldn't say it was a pipe bomb, but I mean, you basically dropped some shit. Like that was a fire heat ass promo, and that shit was really, yeah,
If anything, I call CM Punk's promo a pipe bomb. I would consider his promo, Cena's promo, ether.
Well, yeah, I would agree because with Punk's, I guess it was a frustration feeling that everybody, wrestlers and fans, was alike. So his hit a lot more differently than John's would, because people was frustrated with Vince and the bullshit. People was needing that, I guess, that anti-hero to basically be like, okay, I'm gonna do what I want when I want, but at the same time, I'm gonna do it based on how I need to do it. It was like a necessary evil, even though he wasn't a
right.
bad guy, but he was like a necessary evil for what he's trying to do. In
Yeah.
John's case, it was like, okay, gotcha, bitch. Now I'm gonna sit there and just pull the switch on you, but now I'm just gonna hit you with the sneak disses that you ain't gonna see what's coming. And like I said, a lot of people, unless you kind of pay attention to, as Duck alluded to, basically with Punk's past and AEW, and those little subtle hits, like, all right, I got you with the sniper. He hit him with a sniper blicky. That's what he did. They don't realize it, but it's different now. Punk's, like I said, his was more transitional in terms of what changes need to be made, opposed to where John's like, all right, I'm gonna get you for that shit that I ain't never forgot. But yeah, I like it. Oh shit, Jalen Brunson. Yeah, excuse me. I gotta go purchase a package. Thank you. Excuse me. I see my nigga JB on this shit. I'll be right back. Excuse me.
On 2K?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Also,
Also, shout out to Matt Cardona also. My man capitalized on the John Cena promo by releasing a t-shirt that said, hey, Matt Cardona.
Mm-hmm. As he should.
And my man
As
with
he
the
should.
equivalent, hi John Cena. Hey,
As he
listen,
should.
if you smart, you damn sure would. And if anybody know how to
Make
get
you
the
money.
is him.
He doesn't get enough credit for the business savvy that he knows within wrestling.
My man is a perfect
He doesn't
example
get
of,
enough.
yeah, I'm not with the WWE, but you know what? I can find ways to get myself over without him. And he's doing a fantastic job.
And I'm not mad at him. I'm not
Right.
mad at him. You did what you're supposed to do.
About the scene, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't see it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'll look at it once he fixed that bald patch in the middle of his head.
Oh wow.
I'm
there she
kidding.
All right. You know what? My
I'm
fuck.
There she
kidding.
go.
Oh, hold on.
There she go.
Another ball joke. Okay.
Nah, yo, my third fucking goes to Ray, bro.
What did I do?
Yeah, I told you.
And you
Why
got
didn't it go to John Cena? He got all that money and decided he's gonna rep a bald spot in the middle, bro, and try to do a comb over.
what's your beef with bald people, bro?
I don't
I
have
told you, I've
a
been
beef
telling
with
you, she's
bald
been healed. You
people.
gotta be
Here's the
listening.
problem.
With
No,
bald
let me-
people, bro.
Here's the problem, right? I don't have a beef with bald people. It's just like if they the ones who be talking crazy out the mouth, they get it. What do you want me to do, dog?
Who's talking crazy? Bald people be mind their business, and here you go, use a bald headed ass lie. Like yo, like you know what I'm saying?
Okay, John Cena said some crazy stuff, and I mentioned his bald spot in the middle.
She gonna hit you with the bald-headed demon line next from M'Baku. Watch.
Bald-headed demon.
I would never do that to Duck.
Better not.
Nah, I'm not sure being ducked, but that line is coming.
I'm gonna be
The
like, you know what?
bald-headed demon.
I'm quitting the podcast. I'm gonna start my
I'm
own.
not going nowhere.
You know,
You
Onion
gotta
Man.
have a podcast for bald niggas.
That's a full circle moment. We started this podcast because the Onion Man and he went on his own.
We gotta have a
You
podcast for bald niggas.
you know, you man gonna start a podcast, yo.
Listen, Duck, I got if
That'll be
you
the
ever
day.
do start one, I got some subscribers for you.
All right.
Listen, I got a lot of bald people at my job, so I got you.
A lot of bald people. My job is crazy.
All niggas unite, yo.
Listen, I ain't got reason to tell no lie. They ain't got no shame in it. They happy they ain't got to spend $25 for a haircut, and I respect it.
Man,
$25.
Yep. Hey, man, yeah. Yeah. You lucky if it's 25. Some of them went up to 30.
My shit is 45 plus tip.
Shit.
If I go to my barber, my shit is 50. But I also get that shit with the blade, and I get all this shit checked up. I pay the shit. I don't care.
I'll tell you one thing. This is one of those moments where I'm definitely, glad I'm not a woman because women have to pay like almost $300 fucking bucks to get their hair done.
Bruh, don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Bruh, I saw someone said small knotless braids, $800. I was like, you know what? $800 fucking dollars.
Now, one of my friends, she had to pay almost $2,000 for hers, but she
What?
got like the really really thin micro braids. Like every teeny bit of strand of hair was braided, and it took like almost a whole day for her to get it done. Like 2
Okay,
days.
that's different. That makes sense. Those super duper micro ones, where
Yeah.
a piece of hair, that's different because those are small. That makes fucking sense. But yeah, people, these prices have been reached.
I'm appalled. I'm appalled. Just go bald at that point. No pun intended. Just go bald. Wear your natural hair. Just do that. At that point,
That
$2,000.
ain't any cheaper.
And then on
Just
top of
listen,
getting your hair done, nails and shit.
listen, listen. If you gotta spend $2,000 for that, then that's a whole trip right there in itself. That's damn near down payment on a mortgage for a house. No,
That's different though. The 2000 for like those super duper songs, like back in, I know exactly the look that Pat is talking about, and that makes sense because it's like the width of a piece of hair getting braided on and making it longer. Like they're super duper small and it's intricate, and that shit takes a long time. That makes sense, but I'd be like, you know what? These hairstylists be pissing me off. I'm like, I don't know. I want to get my hair done, but I'm like, bruh, not for what y'all charging.
man.
And then you
Shit.
don't even wash my hair. I gotta come blow dried.
Yeah.
That's those new stylists, man. You gotta wash your own hair. You gotta bring your own bundles if you're getting hair done, and that's on
Eh,
top of the prices.
hmm Before we end, I guess we should talk about what was it? King and Queen of the Ring that's supposed to be happening in Saudi Arabia. I don't think it's happening. Um,
I hope it
I
doesn't
hope it
happen.
doesn't happen for
They're
the
already there
safety. Some are already there and they're stuck there, so
in the
everyone's not
airport.
there yet.
Man, they need to cancel that shit and just bring them home. I don't know why they know when it's the middle of some bullshit they decide to do it anyway. That money ain't that damn important. And that
hmm
shit ain't that important. I wouldn't have been going. You can't guarantee my safety, we ain't going. If I ain't got my strap, we ain't going. If I ain't got Lucy, we ain't going. If I ain't got my blade, we ain't going.
Uh, they said that the airspace is going to be open.
Okay, so send them the fuck home.
Hell yeah, I'll make it no safer. Shit.
Please get me the hell out of there.
Get me out of there, bro. Yo.
That shit already gassed. I got to go.
Could you imagine how Punk is feeling? He's like, "Damn, I finally decided to go to one of these shits, and this is what happens."
He
That's,
probably dancing happily that he don't gotta fucking go anymore.
that's
I
so
don't want
punk.
to go to that shit.
Boss,
Ooh,
another side note, there's a rumor that they're gonna make WrestleMania in America and then make WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia too.
I was just about to bring that up. Please don't
Nice.
WWE. We do not need two WrestleManias, two Royal
Um,
Rumble, two SummerSlams.
we're probably
Yo.
gonna get it. We're probably gonna get it.
I just want to. I just want. At what point, right? At what point do we just stop with WWE? Like, at what
Look,
point?
I'm
Nah,
letting y'all know right now. They're
I mean, I
gonna
know
start
you.
putting ads on fucking Cole Graves' fucking head and shit, bruh. Michael Kors or whatever his name, Michael gonna have a fucking prime fucking suit coming out. I'm telling you. They just
The
doing it for the fucking money at this time.
fact that the Slim Jim logo was over CM Punk's head the whole time and see if his John Cena is roasting him is nuts, man.
They focus on that logo too.
Hey, bro. Yo, why is the Slim Jim logo right here, bro?
That's retarded. I'm sorry. I should use that word. That's just astronomically stupid. Y'all could have had WrestleMania anywhere. You could have had it in France, Puerto Rico, Japan at least. Japan, the Tokyo Dome for WrestleMania would be lit.
The only, the
Lit.
only, the
But
only saving grace that I give them is that the report came from Dave Meltzer, and he said he speculates it based off of the fact that they had a Royal Rumble. So I'm just hoping that it isn't true. But
Okay. Here's my next question. At what point we stop sitting there letting this nigga sit there type some shit? We need to sit there, take all his shit away, burn it, delete it, whatever. Cause JBL be trolling the shit out that man, and I be enjoying it. And it needs to continue. Actually, Pat, go back to work. We need you we need you.
nah, he already had me blocked. I did my part already.
I mean, but let's be honest here. It's even though it's a speculation, it's not really that far fetched when you think about it. Everything that they're currently doing is about money. Everything, the whole ring is covered in fucking ads every fucking where. There was an ad on the fucking ladder So it's not really crazy to think that, if they're going to need money, if TKO is going to need money, they're going to be willing to do this.
I don't disagree with you. It's just as far as Dave Meltzer goes, the issue is anybody can speculate something, and you have an opinion as a wrestling fan, and it can't be true. But if you have somebody with the platform that people listen to, he's just feeding into people's insecurities about wrestling. Like I can sit there and say, Roman Reigns is holding talent back, and I just base it off the fact that he's been champion for 4 years, and it might not be true. But there's one fan who thinks that it is, and they're going to keep speculating, and that's going to carry on and carry on. And then it's not true at all. It gets revealed that it isn't. That's my only issue. Like, if you're going to report something, at least report stuff that actually does happen.
Mm.
You will never get me to agree or hear me out with Dave Meltzer. It's fuck Dave Meltzer to the day I die.
Hey, listen, it's because they died. I'm just saying, Bama had a 30-year career. Feel what you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you're always right, but
So in other words,
2 times out of a day.
In other words, he
that 2 times out of a day got you a 30-year career.
so he's a Shane McMahon of journalism. He's a Shane McMahon of journalism.
Right?
He's writing up his own shit and just telling it if it's true.
Hey, listen. 30 years, bruh. 30 years.
You know what? That needs to be studied. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
I just want to say I hope they don't do a WrestleMania in Puerto Rico. They already got enough. The way they treated the black talent last time. Well, to be fair, they don't even book black talent anymore, so I don't think it'll make a difference.
But
I mean, shit, that'd be a nice trip to Puerto Rico for WrestleMania.
Nah, I'm good. They can keep that shit.
Before we get out of here, anything else anybody want to say wrestling related?
Fuck Triple H.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, okay.
What they doing with the Street Profits?
Just enjoy.
We're waiting.
You like the show? You like the show?
I
Big
don't know.
clutch. You like the show? Just enjoy the show.
Nigga, what?
I got something to say about wrestling, but I'll save it for next week.
That's what Triple H said. You like the show?
Yeah, I like the show.
Yeah. Just enjoy the show.
You see, I had a comment, but I'm not gonna violate the sanctity of a marriage, so I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
She was a fairy. Yep. She was a fairy. Yep. She was a fairy.
And like fairy dust, we gonna twinkle up out of here.
Skeet is Skedaddle.
I am Ron Morrison. I'm here with the lovely Ray Day with the AK, Candle Clutch, DM Pat. Yo, 5 letters, 1 word.
Skeet.
I'm uncomfortable. I hate that. 0 out of 10.
But yet you can sing a fucking fairy song.
Yo.